Hello. Thank you for joining me for my digital presentation, The Rite of 50 Names. My name is Samuel David, and I must say, this certainly isn't what I'm used to, as all of my lectures, presentations, workshops, and rituals have always been presented in person. So I am thankful for the opportunity afforded to me by the Scottish Pagan Federation, as it truly is an honor to have a place among such notable speakers and figures in our shared community. What I'd like to present to you today is a ritual jointly inspired by the Stele of Jeu and the Enuma Elish, or the Babylonian creation epic. The Stele of Jeu, or Rite of the Headless One, as it's more commonly known, is found in the Greek magical papyri, which is a compilation of highly syncretic texts dating from the 2nd century BCE to the 5th century CE of Hellenistic Egypt. This collection of magical spells are heavily influenced by Egyptian, Greek, Gnostic, Orphic, and Hebraic systems. The particular passage of text which features the Stele of Jeu is classically understood as a ritual of exorcism. As an exorcism, however, it goes beyond the ordinary and begins with one conflating and identifying themselves as both Moses and the messenger of Pharaoh Osorinophorus. Through the course of this ritual, the magician or exorcist eventually disposes of their individual identity, albeit temporarily, as they further conflate themselves with the power that created light and darkness, heaven and earth, day and night. It is the language used in the Headless Rite itself, coupled with the way Marduk, one of the most complex of the Mesopotamian deities, is described in the Babylonian creation epic, that seemed quite complementary to me. Among the best-known literary texts from the ancient Near East, the Enuma Elish describes Marduk's dramatic rise to power from merely the son of Enki, known to the Akkadian-speaking people as Yah, to the chief god of the pantheon. In gratitude for saving them from death at the hands of their mother Tiamat, her own chosen champion god, and her 11 Titan-like children, the other gods lauded 50 names of power upon Marduk and selected him to be the head of the pantheon. The special significance of the number 50 was previously associated with Enlil, the original head of the Sumerian and Akkadian pantheon. Now, this elevation wasn't merely mythological. It served a political and ecclesiastic purpose to secure the city of Babylon's place as a ruling power in Mesopotamia. After his defeat of Tiamat and her forces, and prior to his official elevation to the head of the pantheon, Marduk creates the material world, the heavens and the earth, brings the planets into being, sets them into orbit, creates stars and constellations, and finally, he creates humanity. He is then given his 50 powerful names. The ritual I have written follows a specific format. First, the temple in which this ritual will be performed is ceremonially sanctified by the sprinkling of water, which is made holy by the power of Enki, or Yah, who is also known as Nudimmud. From there, I will affirm my ritual purity before the gods by way of 7 negative confessions. If you are familiar with biblical scripture, these 7 negative confessions correspond to the 6th chapter of the book of Proverbs, verses 16 through 19, in which we read, "There are 6 things that the Lord hates, 7 that are an abomination to him: haughty eyes, a lying tongue, and hands that shed innocent blood, a heart that devises wicked plans, feet that make haste to run to evil, a false witness who breathes out lies, and one who sows discord among brothers. Having recited the negative confessions and affirmed my purity, I will then evoke the aid of the threshold guardians, the Lamasu and the Shedu, which are chimeric beings that possess the heads of men, the bodies of a bull and a lion, respectively, and the wings of an eagle. To the Sumerian-speaking people, these beings were also known as the Lama and the Alad, and are considered one's personal goddess and personal god who oversee one's day-to-day life, much like the concept of one's holy guardian angel. Without the intervention of these gods, one's life is subject to the whims of fate, bad luck, broken relationships, and a veritable laundry list of other misfortunes. At the completion of this evocation to the threshold guardians, or personal god and goddess, the actual rite itself will begin. As with the stele of Jews casting off of one's own identity and taking on that of Moses and the messenger of Pharaoh Osoranophorus, I will be self-identifying as Marduk's magician and priest. Having satisfied these ceremonial requirements, I am then prepared to engage with the god and present myself before him as I recite his 50 names. Now, the concept of one god with many names is not limited to one culture. We see this occur in the Hebrew Old Testament with the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And in Islam, we find that Allah is ascribed 99 names, also known as 99 attributes. Contrary to popular occult philosophy, as informed by Simon's Necronomicon, these names are not individual entities or powers subject to Marduk. These are instead his own names and epithets, which attest to the power that he has been given over the spiritual and material worlds of both gods and men. As a caveat, however, it is worth noting that many of these names also belong to gods who are syncretized with him, something that was just as common in Mesopotamia as it was in Hellenistic Egypt. And now, without further ado, I would like to present the Rite of 50 Names, a Babylonian iteration of the Headless Rite. May the temple be cleansed. As the water of the Abzu is made holy, so too is the water of the Tigris. May the temple be cleansed. As the water of the Abzu is made holy, so too is the water of the Euphrates. May the shrine be cleansed. As the water of the Abzu is made holy, so too is the water set before our Lord. May the Holy of Holies be cleansed. O Enki, magician of the gods, may this water be made pure and sanctified in your sight, and by the command of your holy word, make it as clean as the earth, and let us be cleansed. O Yah, creator of mankind, may this water be made pure and sanctified in your sight, and by the command of your holy word, make it as pure as the sky, and let us be purified. O Nudimud, Lord of the abyss, may this water be made pure and sanctified in your sight, and by the command of your holy word, make it as radiant as the heart of heaven, and let us be radiant. I am pure in the sight of the gods. I have not cast my evil eye upon another. I am pure in the sight of the gods. I have uttered no curse. I am pure in the sight of the gods. I have shed no blood. I am pure in the sight of the gods. I have devised no wicked plans. I am pure in the sight of the gods. I have not made haste to run toward evil. I am pure in the sight of the gods. I have not borne false witness against my neighbor. I am pure in the sight of the gods. I have not sown discord amongst my brothers. Hear me, O beneficent Lamassu. Hear me, O gracious Shedu. O holy Lama. O holy Alad. I call to you, O holy ones, you who stand at the threshold of temple, of shrine, of the dwelling of mankind. I call to you, O holy ones, who intercede on our behalf and defend against demons. I call to you, O holy ones, who wear the stars in your beard, who stir the heavens with your wings, who shake the earth with your hooves, you whose roar causes the earth to tremble. Hear me, O holy spirits. Hear me, O beloved instruments of the gods. Go before me. Stand behind me. Be at my left hand. Be at my right hand. And let me dwell in the shadow of your might. I call upon you, O chosen one of heaven, you who created the heavens and the earth. I call upon you, O chosen one of heaven, you who cleaved the dragon of chaos in two and put her brood to flight. I call upon you, O chosen one of heaven, you who restore order and divert the power of destruction. I call upon you, O chosen one of heaven, you who separate the righteous from the unrighteous. You have made male and female. You have made the one who is both and the one who is neither. You have revealed the bounty of heaven, earth, and the deep. You have restored unity between men. You have power to stir strife amongst brothers. Hear me, I am your servant. You have added your true spell to mine. Hear me, I am your servant. You have added your spittle to mine. Hear me, I am your servant. You have added your holy word to mine. I am the supplicant of your shrine. I know your true names. I am the magician of Eridu. I know your secret names. I am the priest of your temple. I know the sacred names bestowed upon you by the holy tribunal of heaven. You are Marduk. You put enemies to flight. You are Maruka. You gladden the heart of the Anunnaki. You are Marutuku. It is you who protects the people of the land. You are Bara Shah Kushu. You are Lord of the tender heart. You are Lugal Demur Ankia. Your commands are exalted in heaven. You are Nari Lugal Demur Ankia. At your name all gods shall tremble. You are Asar Aludu. You are truly the light of the gods. You are Namtilaku. The power to revive and restore is in your hands. You are Namru, O shining one. You illuminate darkness. You are Asaru. Your hands bring forth the bounty of the land. You are Asaru Alim. It is in you that the gods of heaven and earth place their hope. You are Asaru Alim Nuna. You direct the decrees of heaven. You are Tutu. It is you who stills the gods to rest. You are Ziyukina. The gods of heaven and earth shall remember your deeds. You are Ziku. O mighty Lord, you establish holiness and abundance. You are Agaku. In your hands are the power to revive and redeem the oppressed. You are Tuku. Your name is a spell murmured by those who praise your name. You are Shazu. It is you who discerns the hearts of gods and men. You are Zisi. It is you who silences the usurper. You are Surim. You scatter the wicked and bring their plans to ruin. You are Sugurim. You destroy the offspring of the wicked. You are Zarim. It is you who pursues and overcomes evil. You are Zagurim. You destroy your enemies. You are Enbilulu. It is by your word that life flourishes. You are Epadun. Your word brings order to the abundance of the land. You are Enbilulu Gugal. You bestow abundance and opulence. You are Hagal. By your word rain falls upon the earth. You are Sirsir, O faithful shepherd of the land. You are Malah. Tiamat is your vessel, and you the rider. You are Gil, who stores grain for the people. You are Gilma. You create security for gods and men. You are Arilma, O exalted one. You are Zulum, O God who maintains good things. You are Mumu, O God who sanctifies heaven and earth. You are Zulumar. You have no rival. You are Gishnum Unab. It is you who created the foundation of the earth. You are Lugal Abdubur. You subvert the power of chaos. You are Pagal Guena, O preeminent among the gods. You are Lugal Derma, O exalted one among the gods. You are Aranuna. You are the counsel of your father Enki, who is Yah and Nudimud. You are Dumuduku. Your true dwelling is within the sacred mound. You are Lugal Kuduga. Without you, no decision is made. You are Lugal Lana. Your might surpasses the strongest of gods. You are Lugaluka. Your wisdom knows no bounds. You are Ir Kingu. It is you who establishes the right to rule. You are Kinma. It is you who gives counsel to the gods. You are Esizkor. You are enthroned in the house of prayer. You are Gibil. Your mind is beyond comprehension. You are Adu. Your roar is heard over all the earth. You are Asharu. You design the destiny of gods. You are Nibiru. You traverse the heavens and the earth. It is I, your humble servant, who calls upon you. It is I, your humble servant, who speaks your holy names. It is I, your humble servant, proclaiming your praises. Holy four-faced God, hear me. Holy Lord who breathes fire, hear me. Holy warrior who unleashes the wind, hear me. Who is like you, O mighty Lord among the gods? Who is like you, O righteous King above heaven and earth? Who is like you, O benevolent Master whom the winds fear? Who is like you, O gracious helper who makes all things by the command of your voice and hand. O mighty Lord, strengthen my soul. O righteous King, strengthen my soul. O benevolent Master, strengthen my soul. O gracious helper, strengthen my soul. Four-faced God, I see all within the firmament of heaven, the foundations of the earth, and the chambers of the deep. I am the champion of the gods armed with the 50 names of power. I am the warrior sustaining order, which puts the forces of chaos to flight. I am the one armed with wind and fire. I am the one armed with the tempest. I am the one whose eyes pierce darkness and shadow. I am the one whose ears hear the thoughts of men and gods. I am the one whose mouth spews forth flame. I am the one whose hand restores order out of chaos. I am the champion of the Anunnaki. Bull calf of the sun is my name. Marduk is my name. Behold, I am the first and the last. I am the child and the man. I am the priest and the warrior. Into my hands are given the powers of heaven and earth. Into my hands are given the powers of the underworld and the chambers of the deep. Every god, every spirit, every man which dwells above, upon, and below the earth is subject to my power. No sorcerer, no magician, no witch can break my spell, can thwart my holy word, can bring an end to that which I decree. No malefactor, no poisoner, no assassin can scatter my own, can destroy that which I have built, can steal the life of the one who speaks these words. May it be as you say, O Lord, for great is your name in heaven, earth, and the underworld. May it be as you say, O Master, for great is your name in heaven, earth, and the underworld. May it be as you say, O God, for great is your name in heaven, earth, and the underworld. And let every eye see, let every ear hear, let every mouth proclaim, I have seen the glory of the Lord. I have heard his thundering voice. I have testified to his might. Before him the gods of heaven bow. Before him the people of the earth and under the earth bow. Before him the powers of the deep bow. We have beheld your glory, O Lord, for great is your name in heaven, earth, and the underworld. We have stood in your holy presence, O Lord, for great is your name in heaven, earth, and the underworld. We have spoken your names aloud, O Lord, for great is your name in heaven, earth, and the underworld. As we leave this place, favor those who favor you. As we leave your presence, favor those who have spoken your names. As we depart from this temple sanctified by your power, favor those who have stood before you. Now may the doors of the temple be opened. May the guardians of the threshold be at ease. And may your names be praised in heaven, earth, and the underworld, O Lord.